Good morning, my wild and beautiful friends. Did you know that this little loofah sponge right here started out as a gourd and you can grow them in your backyard? I have spring gardening fever and here we are. We're growing some loofah sponges. Okay, let me show you what we're working with. We just hopefully had our last little cold spell for the season here in Utah. Obviously, everything's still quite frozen. We did manage to scooch our tortoise fence a little bit further back up against our beehive and right before the canal that goes through our backyard. So here's the grand plan. We need an arch, and I figured where best to put one than over our canal. That way, as the gourds grow, they can hang down and have time to dry. And while we're back here, I'll give you a little lay of the land. Right in front of us is a Honeycrisp apple tree. Right in front of us now is an almond tree, and then there are about 15 plum trees. I'm thinking of adding a little garden bed in this area here. Our backyard is kind of an anomaly. It's lovely and luscious, but smack dab in between a whole lot of apartment complexes. So I'm starting these seeds now to give them as long of a growing season as possible so they have time to dry on the vine. Hopefully I'm not too late. These are the seeds I ordered online. I've got a few more of my little compostable pots left, so we're gonna fill up those pots with our composted dirt. The seed packet says to plant about a ½ inch down, so I'm almost filling them to the top. Look at these little cutie seeds. They almost look like watermelon seeds. Quite a few came in the packet. So in our smaller pots, I'm gonna plant 2 seeds. And I'll do 4 in the larger pot. Hopefully that's gonna work out okay. Then we're gonna cover with about a ½ inch of dirt. This compost has been outside, so it's pretty on the wet side, so I'm just gonna do a little bit of watering to make sure everything's nice and moist. And then these little babies are gonna go live by our sweet potato starts until they are ready to be planted outside. Stay tuned to see how this goes. More gardening and of course recipe content coming at you soon. Love you, bye.